Good afternoon, the viewers of the live stream. Whether you're watching live or after it saves as a live stream, welcome to another live stream. And we are getting closer and closer every day. When are we going to hit that short-term holder realized price? We're right there. We're $1,000 away. So there's really nothing left to say. We're either right or wrong. If we're right, we should hit the yellow moving average. Week later, come back down to the low and then take out the low, go below the realized price, form a bottom, go sideways for 4 months, then the new bull market starts. If we're wrong, then to the moon. Good luck to you all. Good luck to you all. Scheisenhausen. Yes, this is the Scheisenhausen. Man, did you guys see Jasmine? She's done. Jasmine's done, man. It's happening. Every day now, it's making another low. This is the same thing that happened in 2022. I'm telling you, if we pull this off, it's going to be one of the biggest moments of life. Look at this. Jasmine broke down as Bitcoin did nothing. Look at this, man. This is what we asked for. We said, can you please give us signs we're bearish? Jasmine's one of them. Now, it's not just Jasmine. It's just that Jasmine did the same thing last time. So I was hoping Jasmine would do the same thing again. Did it happen back at the top, too? Yeah, even back at the top, look. You had a top for Bitcoin, a top for Jasmine. You made a higher high for Bitcoin. Jasmine was bearish. I think it's letting us know that it's coming. Not just Jasmine, though. That was just a big one. SWE made another low today. SEI made another low. DOT made another low. Altcoin made another low yesterday. XRP hasn't gone down just yet. I don't know who caught Floki made another low. Caspa almost made a new low. We're getting there. I think we're waiting on this touch. I think this is the missing piece here. Just one little skedaddle. And that's it. Down we go. Swiss Potato for 2 says, would I sell ICP now? I appreciate the 2. Thank you very much. I would never buy ICP. I said that back in 2021. I'm saying it now. ICP's done. If you're not going to sell it now, then you might as well just do nothing and wait for it to go to $1 and then do what you want to do. We did get rejected at the 236, which is technically very bearish. I would say if you're unsure, maybe wait for the low to break. But once the low breaks, we're going all the way to $1.50 in my opinion. So would I sell it now? I would sell it personally and never look back. I think it's going to 0. This is my projection. We'll see how well it ages over time. I'm trying my best not to delete it. But my expectation is ICP comes to $1.50 to $1.30. And maybe that's the bottom. Maybe you get this. Possible, of course, but we'll see how well it ages. But yes, ICP is bearish below 240, in my opinion. I appreciate the two. All right, here we go. It's coming. I think we're getting real close here. I find it interesting that the Bitcoin stocks are struggling, even though we went up. I mean, that's good to us. That's bearish. MSTR is struggling. Coinbase is struggling. Gemini obviously struggling. This is really good for us. Is eToro struggling? eToro made another low, yeah. This is it. I think, did Riot make another low? Not yet. I really think the missing piece, the puzzle, short-term holder, moving average. I think that's it. Mixer says I come home from work and I start live streaming. Yeah, I've been watching you. Once I saw you sat down, I started my live stream. Yeah, this is going to be one for the history books. If we get this wrong, it's going to be a fatal error. But if we get it right, I think I'm finally going to walk away. I'm switching over to the stock market. Oh, the Dow's actually showing the most weakness here. What about Dogecoin? I think Doge goes to like 4 cents. If Doge isn't going to rally in the next 2 weeks, it's not happening. So if you want to hold on for dear life, that's up to you. But it's now or never for Doge. I would say if it doesn't go up by the time Bitcoin hits 66K, it's not going up. We get another 5-day candle today, too. Yeah, look at this. This is it. We're either right or wrong. This is it. Good luck to you all. It's been a pleasure. If I get this right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm switching over to stocks. I'm going to try and get some MSTR, maybe. That's it. Over. I believe the cutout for MSTR says it's time to go down as well. Yeah. Oh, wow. Almost. Could you imagine it was this simple the whole time? And the bottom is right here. October 13th to the 20th. It's not perfect though, so I wouldn't bet on that, but I wouldn't ignore it either, but I wouldn't look at this and say, okay, I got to place my bet. But if you did follow the prior bear market, you didn't do terrible. You didn't do bad, that's for sure. I mean, look at that. Bearish, bearish. Even this almost. Not quite. You missed the train, we're taking off. Do I think Jasmine will recover? No, I think Jasmine's going to 0. We got Lord Narwhal in the chat. Welcome back, man. It's been a while. I logged onto X a couple weeks ago for the first time in like months, and I saw your tweets. You said, I wish I wasn't fat so I can call people fat. Something like that. That's super toxic. You said first week crash, second week's crash. Hell yeah, Flame Inu. That's what we're looking for. I want you to be toxic towards me. I want you to be toxic, man. Is Doge to 3 cents too low? I'm not going to pretend to know. The one thing I learned from these capitulations is the prices go a lot deeper than people are prepared for. When we got this drop, I wasn't even ready for Solana to go to $5. When we got this drop, people weren't ready for Bitcoin Cash to go to $80. Like, these prices go much lower than you think. Some coins hold up, but I remember Bitcoin Cash literally just decimation, man. Decimation. So can I tell you I know where the low is for Doge? No. I'm not as confident as I once was that 5 cents is going to hold. I actually would be surprised if 5 cents did hold. I think we're going lower. Like 4.6, 4.5. This guy said even though you threatened to remove me. That was a good one. Even though you threatened to remove me. Impeached. Now we wait. Oh, MSTR showing some weakness again. And if we get this right, now we wait. We simply wait. May God have mercy on our souls. May God have mercy on our souls. Bottom is in for Ethereum. Could be, man. I don't think so, but it could be. Actually, let's take a look at Ethereum. What is she doing? Oh, she printed a green. Yeah, Ethereum printed 2 green arrows. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Yeah, if we're gonna go up, it has to be right now. Literally. You got a blue arrow here. Yeah, look, green arrow down. Green arrow up. Green arrow. Yeah, it's now or never, man. If we don't go up now, it's bearish. This is it. I didn't even notice that. Good luck to you all. There's no new information. There's nothing new to go over. Either the bottom is in or we're going sub 45,000. In my opinion. And I don't think the bottom is in. So I showed everything I could find. I tried to be unbiased. This is it. This is the moment we were waiting for. The two missing pieces are hitting the short-term realized price and the chat getting toxic, which we haven't gotten that yet. Some of the YouTube comments are a little toxic, but we need them to be toxic in a live stream. And they're not scheduled to come in until we hit the realized price, because that's where people actually feel bullish. Right now, we're not sure. When we break this, oh my God, it's bullish. So until we hit it, I don't think we're going to go anywhere. Stock market's about to go to zero. I don't know. I give up on the stock market. What's really interesting is this short-term realized price indicator is the bottom most of the time, even though it has nothing to do with the S&P. It's very interesting. So it's almost like anytime I see the, yeah, whoa, anytime I see a gap between the moving average and the guppy, I should just buy in because it's bullish. It's very rare that it isn't, which is interesting. Yeah, we're kind of due for one of these. We get them every so often. Yeah, we are kind of due for one of these, no? We got one in November, we got another one in April, we got another one in August, we got another one in April. Is it August? We got another one in March. Oh, here's another April. Yeah, we're kind of due for one of these puppies, no? But I don't know where the crash is. Maybe it doesn't come for the stock market. But I don't have to know, because if I get this right, I'm done. I'm really changing over to the news station. No more charts. I'm just going to read you guys. And it's really interesting because there's little articles over here that I could literally just show you. Look at this. I could just read you guys articles. What is this? Warning, MSTR collapse imminent? Question mark. Clickbait. I could just read you guys the article. You know, it's going to be great. This is it. This is it. This is it. Crypto opened a $5 million long. Yeah, some people are very bullish. Maybe I'm wrong, but if I'm right, I don't have to do it ever again. Ever again. I'm willing to take those bets. No more bets. Right now, the dealer's dealing out the cards, but you're not allowed to flip them over. So if you're going to place your bet, place your bet. Not financial advice. Swiss Potato for 2 says, could throw 100K in ICP summer in 2027. I appreciate the 2. Yeah, so what you're displaying right now is a human behavior. You already made up your decision. I already told you multiple times that ICP is going to 0, but you keep asking about it, which is fine. I'm not trying to sound toxic. It may come off toxic at first, but I'm going to correct myself. You've already made your decision. There's nothing I can tell you that's going to convince you not to buy ICP, so you're going to buy it regardless, which is fine. When would I buy ICP if I were going to buy it? Well, I would probably try to buy some in October, November, December. And once Bitcoin displays the first leg up, if ICP doesn't move, then I would sell it and then wait for the low. Not all coins will bottom when Bitcoin bottoms. So what I mean is, you see how ICP put a low in, then we bounced, then it made a lower low, and then Bitcoin bottomed, and then it made another lower low. If that phenomenon occurs again, then I would sell it on this pump. How would you know? Well, you're not going to know until you come back down to the low. So you're going to have to take a gamble. Most of the time, people never sell, so they're just going to hold. So if I were buying ICP, I would buy some at the end of the year, and I would buy the rest in the middle of 2027. And I would be all out by late 2027, early 2028. Because as you can see, ICP had a pump in the early 2024 and it never recovered. So I would never buy ICP. I've always said that ever since it came out. You've made up your mind where you have to buy ICP, and I understand the thought process. I really do. I do. I just broke away from it recently, but I understand. You have to buy ICP. There's nothing else you can do about it. So I would buy it probably at the end of the year, and maybe I'd put the rest in around here somewhere. So there's only two options if I'm bullish. There's option A or option B. This is the bullish outcome. For me, I think this one is likely, and I think the rally is going to stop at like $3 to $8, and then it's going to go to 0 again. Not just because that's what happened last time, but it's happening all over the market everywhere. I mean, you could just pull up probably 80% of the coins from the last market cycle, and they all did shitty returns. I mean, let's look at Doge. People were telling me Doge wasn't going to go up, and I didn't want to believe them. Now I get it. It's dead. These coins are dead. They all do nothing. So I think ICP is probably not going to go up next time. But, oh, look, XCN is going down too. This is very bearish. We talked about this in the beginning of the stream with Jasmine. But I appreciate the two from Swiss Potato. But I would say probably the end of the year would be your best bet, not financial advice. Yeah, look, XCN is breaking down too now. We're getting some bearish signals. Come on. Jasmine's still going or no? She's still going, chat. Yeah. She's still going. Come on, man. We need to see these coins bleed. We need to see these coins bleed. It would be nice if MSTR just took a shit, but that would be too easy. I don't think they're going to give it to us that easily. They didn't give us the tether drop I was looking for. I wasn't saying it was going to happen, but I was saying that if it did happen, it would be the market spoon-feeding us. But it pulled back enough to where I could turn bearish. Because remember, in each of these market rallies, Tether climbed. This was the first time Tether didn't bounce when we bounced. That's a sign of bearishness. But I think this missing piece here is this short-term realized price. What's the alternative? Buy 2 BTC and make it 5x if I'm lucky? Dude, a 5x on 100,000 is a lot of money. ICP is going to go negative. Would you rather have 500,000 or 40,000? That's how you got to look at it. You have the same mindset that I've always had, which is why I am poor. I have to buy in before it does 100x. Those days are long gone, man. You could go half ICP, half something else. Maybe ICP does go back up. I can't bet on a maybe anymore. There's no more time for my life. I can't think on something that might happen. I have to make it happen. There's no more time left. But if you want to buy ICP, I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying I would never. But in a bull market, even the garbage pails have retracements. So this is a garbage pail. This thing did a 5x. I do think the low is not in. I think you're going to get one of these. Maybe it does a 5x. Maybe it does a 10x, then it goes to 0 again. But it's impossible for me to know. Could I make a case for it? Sure. I bet you there's a 382 there too. 618 rather. Look at that shit. But I can't tell you, oh, this must happen. I don't know. Was this a 382 retracement? Oh, it was a 618 again. Almost. This was a 382. Well, I guess it's from here. But now you're cherry picking. You didn't even hit the 382 up here. Tough. Check AVT again. Yeah, it had another. Oh, they unlocked it. Yeah, so it was just a freeze. Yeah, so this is bearish then. I can't believe I wasted so much time on crypto. Yeah, I'm done. I don't want to say anything about the past. I just want to move on to the future. And if we get this move, I can finally move on to the future. I would have corrected all my mistakes, and now I know just buy stocks and just leave. Even if I have no risk appetite and I just buy the S&P 500, like it's impossible for me to go broke. It's literally you would have to have it's literally impossible. It's impossible. This was the biggest collapse. Even if you go to the freaking Great Depression, how do you I don't know what the Dow Jones is. I think it's DJI, right? Even if I go to the Great Depression, like, yeah, holy shit. And then, dude, people don't even talk about this. It was literally a flash crash. So unless I buy the exact day of the top, like Ron Walker predicted, the day of the top, he was around, he called the day of the top. The day of the top. Right? All I had to do was hold for 3 years and I was already back in the green. And I'm only down 70% now. Now, you're looking at the worst crash in history that took place over the course of 2 years, 3 years. So I would say to myself, okay, let me DCA. I would DCA the Dow Jones. I wouldn't DCA dog with hat. That's the difference. And if that doesn't happen, then these returns every market cycle are getting astronomical. I'm not even a fan of the Dow Jones, but from the last Bitcoin bottom till now, it's up 90%. From 2017 to the next top, it was 70%. So every 4 years, I'm doubling my money almost. So we'll just say 70%. And this is the Dow Jones. This is for the weaklings. If we go to the QQQ where I would go, you're basically doubling your money every 4 years. I want to say it's unsustainable, but that's what everybody says forever and ever. So worst case scenario, I buy the QQQ and I never turn on my computer again. And in 30 years, I'll be a millionaire, guaranteed. You know? I'm tired of taking these dumbass trades. I want a guarantee now. So if we get this crash, I think I'm done with this gambling. I'm just too old. It's sad, but it's true. I can't risk it anymore. I can't buy this garbage. Fart coin? I just can't do it. That's why we have to be right here. I have to be right. But maybe I will be. If I'm not, I'll figure it out. But we'll see. I like that MSTR starting to bleed a little bit. We're just missing this short-term hold to realized price. It's the missing piece of the puzzle. We might even be hitting it again with the euro. Oh no, it's not even close now. The euro go up recently? Oh, it did. Okay. Yeah, so the euro did go up. So maybe I don't know. I think we're gonna hit it. I think we just hit it and go down. I'm getting worried the bottom is in. Where are the bears? Yeah. Once you tell me I should have bought in, that's what I was waiting for. But we're not there yet. We need to hit this first. It's okay to get worried that the bottom is in. I've done it a million times. I'm not trying to, like, be a dick. Every time I've ever said to myself, maybe the bottom is in, we've hit this yellow moving average. Up here, I knew this wasn't the freaking... I don't want to say I knew, but I kind of knew to myself, like, dude, there's no way this is bullish. But once we got up here, the chat started turning against each other. When we got to this point, people were telling me, dude, how could you be bearish? The stock market's making new all-time highs. Here, I wasn't sure. I said to myself, man, maybe there's one more push left. But it was at this moment. Then when I realized we were going back down, I finally said, that's it, it's done. Did I sell the top? No. Did I hold all the way down? Of course not. We basically said here, once we lose that 100K, it's over. And we lost 100K, and it's been over ever since. In 2022, remember some of us were moon boys? We were like, oh my God, I'm going to the moon. And I even said yesterday, this decision, I swear to you, I remember it like it was yesterday. I had to make a decision between Floki and Samo. And it was right at this moment when we hit the realized price. I said, fuck it, I'm buying Samo. One of the biggest mistakes of my life. Wasn't the biggest mistake, though, because it ended up working out eventually, but I blew it up anyway. But Samo, look, I had to choose between Samo and Floki. And keep in mind, I bought the absolute low on Samo, too. And I didn't sell. And I told myself, if we break the 382, you have to sell. And I just didn't sell. So you're going to get one of these, oh my God, it's bullish. And then this is what's supposed to happen after. You just get nuked. I don't know what coins are going to nuke. Maybe some coins did bottom. But clearly we're seeing coins go down. I can't even pull up Floki. It's not even there. The fact that we're seeing coins still go down right now is very similar to 2022. Jasmy is one of the coins that I'm watching because it's doing the same thing it's not only did in 2022, as we already discussed. Bitcoin sideways, Jasmy down. But it's happened at the top too, where Jasmy just started turning bearish for no reason, and Bitcoin stayed up here. And then they both went down together. Oh, wow, here it is again. I didn't even see that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is it, man. The fact that Jasmy turned bearish here and we made another high and then we went down, I think that's what we're waiting for. I could be wrong. I'm not trying to speak in absolutes, but that's what I'm looking for. We're waiting for this final tag, which I do personally think it should have been here. That's where I thought it was going to be. But I was wrong. But I never ignored the fact that we could hit it again, and I told you that every single day. I don't think we can go down without hitting this yellow moving average, but we're right there. And the fact that the same coins that died in 2022 are dying right now, I have to assume it's bearish. But I can't tell you we're going down until we hit it. We're literally right there, man. I just want to see $1,000 pump overnight. Holy shit, we're bullish. You should have bought in. You're always wrong. 10 days later, we should go straight down. When is that? It has to be soon. And I'm not panicking because I see that it's supposed to be right now. It's supposed to be right now. The 5-day stock RSI is about to make another high tonight. It's gonna surpass this high. But what did we discuss? We said every time you go from oversold to overbought, you take the prior high from the last time it was oversold. Whenever you don't do that, it's bearish. And we're about to do that again. We're about to go from oversold to overbought without taking the prior high. I have to assume that the next move is bearish. We've talked about that many times. If you mark it, you mark overbought, you mark overbought again, you take these highs. See? Even though it was ever so slight, it doesn't matter. You took the high when you were overbought. You go back here. You mark this high, you're overbought. Next time you hit overbought, you take the high. You mark this high. Next time you hit overbought, you took the high. You mark this high. Next time you hit overbought, you took the high. You mark this high. The next time you hit overbought, you took the high. Even though it was ever so slightly, it doesn't matter. Here you hit oversold. Sorry, here we hit overbought again. We took the high from the last time it was overbought, which was here. Or you can even go here. It doesn't matter. Even though it was ever so slightly, it doesn't matter. You took the high. Letting you know it's no longer bearish. You failed to take the high, bearish. You failed to take the high from here, bearish. That's where we are right now. We're overbought and we have not taken this high, which means it's bearish. I have to respect that it could go up, but when? Right now. And we've been saying that for a couple days now. It's like past 5-10 days. It's like, dude, where's the rally? Maybe it's not coming. And the fact that the doo-doo coins are starting to bleed tells me it's not coming. But I have to respect the data, not my opinion, the data, the shot at the bottom. The data says we always hit this moving average before we go down. It's happened every time this bear market, and it's happened before every bottom in all other bear markets. So I'm not nervous yet because we didn't hit it yet. But once we hit it, that's probably where I get nervous. Because if I'm wrong, then it's a bull market. If I'm right, then this is what's on the other side of it. And people are not prepared for that. Because half of YouTube says the bottom is in. The other half of YouTube says the bottom is 52,000 or 48,000. I think the smallest percentage of YouTubers are actually saying we're going much lower. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this isn't the bottom. Maybe it is much higher, but I don't see evidence to support that. So I'm either wrong and the bottom is in, or we're going much lower. Because the only reason the bottom isn't in is because of the 4-year cycle. But if that's true, every 4-year cycle, we bottomed significantly lower than the realized price. So I'm going to assume that the realized price is now the only common factor with the 4-year cycle. The momentum doesn't work, the RSI doesn't work, the MACD doesn't work if we take this low. Gaussian channel doesn't work, nothing works anymore. The 200-week moving average doesn't work. The only control variable as of now, if the bottom is not in, is the 4-year cycle. And the only thing that's attached to Bitcoin is the realized price, which is literally the cost basis of Bitcoin. All of us little cockroaches that buy Bitcoin, the average cost of everybody is the realized price. So the very thing that drives Bitcoin being bullish or not is the realized price. And the fact that we never went below it means that the network has never experienced capitulation. Is it different this time? If so, then I'm wrong. If it's not different this time, then we must come down here. We must. It must happen. And these are starting to get a little close together. You can see how close they are. They're compressing. They're not as far away as they were, even though the price hasn't moved. And when you get to this point, that's where the capitulation is. So I don't know how much longer we're going to sit here, but I don't think it's long. These were so far, 2 months later, 3 months later, they were getting close together, and then we went straight down. In 2018, you can see we put the initial low in. They're pretty far apart. We put the next low in. They're much closer together. Even though the price isn't moving, they're getting closer together. And then the bottom falls out and the bottom forms. So I don't know how much longer this is going to go on. I really don't think it's much longer, though. Because look at how far apart they are. They start getting closer together. And then when they cross, that's the bottom. Now, it's not going to be as accurate as it once was, because you can see this said bear end and the bottom was in. This said bear end and the bottom was in. This said bear end, but the bottom wasn't in yet. So just because it says bear end doesn't mean the bottom is in, but it can't say bear end unless these moving averages cross, and they can't cross until we go down. And if the bottom is supposed to be here somewhere, then we got to start going down. When I look at this and I say to myself, okay, the bottom is here and we're still here, how the hell do we get down here? You'd have to go like this. That doesn't really look realistic. But then when you zoom out and you look at the bear market endings, that's always what happens. We fell 50% from November to December. We fell 50% from December to January. Holy shit, I didn't even realize that. It was only 1 month. Yeah, look at that, 39 days. So I am kind of saying, if I am going to be right, we do got to start moving. So far, the fact that we're not moving tells me that this is still very likely because we're not moving. Now, at face value, the thought is, well, we're not moving, so it's not going to get down that far. And that's a good idea to have. But it's the fact that we're not moving that makes it possible. Because if we were bullish and bearish and we were bouncing around like a ping pong ball, then we wouldn't have these blue bars. When we were up here, we were moving all over the place. We never got the blue bars. Right now, we're doing what we did here, where we had these blue bars, we didn't move. And over the course of 3 weeks, we fell by 38%. I'm basically looking for the same thing again, where we're going to fall 38%. Like, you can't say it can't happen if it already happened 3 months ago, 5 months ago, whatever it is. I guess it's 8 months ago now. Holy crap. Am I going to be right? I guess we'll find out. But the fact that we have these blue bars, doesn't matter what my emotions tell me. These blue bars tell me it is possible, because not only did it happen this year, but it happened in the other bear markets too. Look at these blue bars. They're everywhere. Then you went straight down. This one was definitely much smaller, but it was still a 30% decline. Well, it's 27%. So maybe I'm wrong and the bottom is in, but if the bottom is not in, the bottom is not going to be 50K either. It's going to be much lower than people are anticipating. Because that's not only what it always is, but you have the firepower to get down there. And the lower the time frame gets, the more bars you have. So you could say the same thing and say this is the exact moment we need to go bullish. I can't really disagree because it is. You don't really get these blue bars very often. They're very rare on these larger time frames. But that's why I'm telling you either the bottom is in or the bottom is like sub 50. It's probably like 43, 42,000. It's very rare you get these blue bars. And I already said that 100 times, so I'm out of things to tell you. There's no new information. We have not broken out. The altcoins are, I can't even call them altcoins at this point. The doo-doo coins are making new lows, which is definitely bearish in my opinion, but I can't say we're going to go down until we hit that realized price. Because it's been present in every market cycle. Not to mention that the S&P 500 literally made another all-time high 2 weeks ago, and it still never went up. This is literally the environment for us to go up. And the fact that we're still down here makes me bearish. But we've already discussed that. We've discussed everything. There's nothing left to say. Either the bottom is in or the bottom's not in. And if the bottom's not in, then it's way lower. Coinbase never even broke down. Coinbase is sitting on a 2-year neckline. Dude, if this thing breaks, it's going to collapse. This is like the world's largest head and shoulders. Right? The world's largest head and shoulders, man. And I'm not even a TA guy, so I don't even know how to draw head and shoulders, but it's bad. Like if we break down here, it's GG. Fudged. This is bearish. We got Swiss Potato Rot for 2 says you'll regret it if we get an ultrasonic alt season. I've been here for 10 years. My biggest regret is buying crypto in the first place. I'm never gonna fall for the alt season shit. We've been talking about alt season since December of 2018. I'm okay with missing alt season. It's like waiting for Jesus to come. One day he'll come, but are you going to be solvent by the time he comes? The answer is probably not for most people. Same thing with alt season. By the time it comes, I'm going to have no money left. So you're not going to catch me with that shit. Oh, you're going to miss alt season. That's okay. I missed the last 10 of them. I still made all the money. I just gave it back. So this time around, it's much harder to give the money back in the stock market. I mean, of course you can. There's ways to do it, but if I just throw my money in an index, it's literally impossible. It's impossible, you know? It's like unless I buy SPY and then they just decide we're done and there's a global invasion and Texas secedes and California starts firing at Arizona, then the money's not going to mean anything anyway. But unless California secedes and Texas declares war, this is not happening. We're going up. Yeah. Not financial advice. But I appreciate the 2. Master Koozie for 5 says 44K or lower on September 4th. Mark it on your calendar. No, it's too far, man. I would be shocked if we even broke the low by September at this point. It would be nice if we can just get back to the low by September. But you're probably looking for something like this. And then the bottom, maybe the bottom's not in October. Maybe the bottom's in November. We don't know. You know, that's the thing. I don't know where the bottom is. But if the bottom is in November, then this is definitely doable. But I don't think 44K in September is likely. Or not in the first week of September. This is my expectation. I always thought August would be bearish, but maybe not the way we all imagined. But I always said, as long as we're back at the low by the end of August, then that's all I care about. So I would say if we're still up here by the end of August, now you got a little bit of a problem. But that comes with a little bit of detail that needs to be uncovered. If we still never hit the realized price by September, then the bottom might not be in October. Because I really think the market is waiting for this. Because once we tag this and get rejected, there's no going back. It's over. It's been that way forever. So I think that's what the market's waiting for. See, we hit it. Oh my God. And then literally a week later, we're dead. Here we hit it. I wouldn't say a week later, but a month later, less than 30 days. So it takes less than 30 days to go down 25%. So wherever the bottom is, I don't know, but let's just pretend it's October 10th, right? Because that's where the top was, or whatever it was. We'll just say October 10th. That was where that big crash was. If it only takes 30 days to go down, then it's possible we just sit here, we tag it in the first week of September, and then we go straight down. I know that doesn't sound likely, but that's what happens. We tagged it, we went down. Here we went over it, and then once we fell below it, we went down. That's why once we tag it, I think that actually starts the timer. Can we go over it to 70 to 68K? Of course, but it's the act of coming back down below it. That's what makes this the trap. Then you go straight down. It happened here. It happened back here. And it's the opposite in the bull market. When we fall below it, it's like, oh my God, we're going to zero straight up. Oh my God, we're going to zero straight up. Oh my God, we're going to zero straight up. It's just a bull market upside down. This one was obviously a little different because it started getting a little wonky. But we already discussed, if you would have sold back here, you probably made out okay. We're doing the same thing, it's just in the other direction now. Oh my God, we're going to zero, bullish. Oh my God, we're going to zero. It wasn't bullish. But that's what this is. So if we get over it again, you might be in here where it's like, I told you we're still bearish or bullish, whatever. Oh, I told you we're still bearish. But I'll admit, I don't like that it's taking this long. I kind of hope it just happens now, personally, because I am a bear. I do think the price is going lower. I don't like that it's just sitting here, but I'm okay with it because we're sitting below the resistance. If we were above it, I would be like, okay, what the hell are they doing? But right now, I am still saying, what are they doing? But I'm not questioning it because we're still below the resistance. That's why when we get over it, that's where I vanish and I hide in my bear bunker. Because if I'm wrong and we just explode out of here, then I have to rethink everything. But if I'm right, we should come back down. And once I see us break 62K, that's it. I'm done. I know it's going down there. But it's the fact that we're just sitting here not moving. It's like, what are they doing? But we already said this. We're saying the same thing over and over again now. But the very reason why I think this is bearish is because when it has been bullish in history, the stock RSI is doing what it's doing now. It's hitting overbought, which we already discussed this. That's why I'm telling you guys the same shit over and over again. If you're bullish, we're supposed to be going up right now. If you think it's a new market cycle, that's okay too. That's fair. We're supposed to be going up right now. Look at this. You hit overbought. You already had a giant Tyrone candle. Bear market ended with a Tyrone candle. Bear market starts with a Tyrone candle. So we're looking for a Tyrone candle if you're bullish, but where is it? That's why people saying we're going to go down again. That doesn't make any sense. What are you basing that off of? Here you hit overbought. You already made the higher low. Bull market starts with a Tyrone candle. You're looking for a Tyrone candle. You ended the Tyrone and Tyrese. Tyrone and Tyrese. We haven't had Tyrone yet. If you think this is Tyrone after we already made the bed, then I disagree. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I'll be proven wrong now. Because right now, Tyrone's knocking on the door. Question is the market going to let him in? Or are they going to say, no, go away? And then he comes back with a shotgun and says, I'm here. Surprise, mother believer. And Tyrone attacks. And we go down. But this is Tyrone's window to spawn in if you're bullish. And that's why if we sit here, and I say that excitingly, today's another 5-day candle. So tomorrow, or I guess in 4 hours, this is going to be the highest it's been all bull market. It's going to be at 100. You can't go higher than 100. It's max bullish. Think about it like you're driving your car and you put the gas all the way down to the floor. It's not happening. And what happens is, if we have our gas on the floor and we don't go up, well, you're going to blow the engine, blow a gasket. There's nothing left to say. We've said the same thing over and over again. It's just taking longer than I anticipated. Ethereum is even worse. Look at Ethereum on the 6-day time frame. The gas is already on the floor. If we don't go up now, it's not coming. I think the missing piece of this puzzle is the weekly or the short-term hold to realized price. That's what we're waiting on. We haven't touched it yet. Am I going to be right? I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I have to start over again. If I'm right, I'm starting over again anyway, but I'm starting over with a new leaf. They're going to call me Mr. Stockman. Stockman is here. Yeah, Tau looks terrible. Oh my god. Yeah, nah, this thing has to go down. It has to. It looks like a dead caterpillar that stayed in the cocoon for too long. This is it, gentlemen, and the two ladies. I don't have anything else to tell you. I've gone over everything. I'm either right or wrong. I have no new indicators, no new charts, no new what to watch for. Everything is already played out. The missing piece is this. I appreciate the 5. You go on the weekly Bitcoin and measure the head and shoulders. The target is 43,000. Yeah, I'm not a technical analyst, so I don't really know how to draw that stuff. That's why I stay away from it. Well, we already said before, too, Ethereum has 2 green arrows. The last time that happened was right here. Bearish. This one, you didn't even make it that high. This one, you had 3 green arrows. Bearish. If you get a green arrow, you're supposed to go up. See? Bullish. Green arrow, nothing happens. Down. Here it is again. Green arrow, nothing happens. Bearish. Green arrow. Bullish. Do we get a green arrow up here? Oh, baby. A triple. Yeah, you got 2 green arrows. Bearish. I don't think we're going to sit here for that much longer, man. It's getting exciting now. I think the way to describe this is we're pinched between those 2 walls that are closing in together. We can't do this for much longer. 3 months later. We can't do this for much longer. Sideways until January. Well, that would mean that the bottom is in. Did I get the ETF list? I already have my stock list. I have my plan. This is it, gentlemen, and the 2 ladies. If we're wrong, back to the shadow realm for eternity. If we're right, I'm walking away. It's gonna be like the Gambler. You ever see Gambler, the movie with Mark Wahlberg? That's literally gonna be me. I'm gonna run down Times Square, get pizza, and I'm never fucking coming back. Never. Never. Oh my god, if this works, man. When do you plan on retiring from stocks? When you're 100 years old? I don't get it. You don't have to get it, Jamaican Joe. I didn't get it either. But now I do. I'm not here to convince you or persuade you. I'm here to just give the data. I think we'll be 70K in November. Yeah, then the bottom is already in. We're definitely starting to get there though. We're starting to get to that point where, dude, it's gotta move. If we're bearish. If we're bullish, it doesn't have to do anything. But if we're bearish, it's gotta move. Yeah, even BMNR is doing the same thing as Ethereum. I can't believe it's been a... Are we buying BMNR? Or probably not, right? It's probably not worth the risk. I mean, maybe I'll take a flyer on it if it comes to $10. Why not? But this is it, man. If I'm wrong, it's been nice knowing you all. But if I'm right, it's been nice knowing you all. This is the end of the road. Over the yellow brick road. After inflation, you'll be flat out at 0%. All right, so Mr. Jamaican Joe, if you're telling me I shouldn't buy stocks, what do you recommend I buy? Not financial advice. What are you buying? What do you think? This is the train to Goblin Town. The next station is Goblin Town. That's what this is, man. I can hear it in my head. Oh, Goblin Town's actually a place in Italy. Are we going to Italy? This is the train to Goblin Town. The next station is the Shadow Realm. This is it, man. There's no way out. There's no backing down now. We're either gonna tag it and take a shit, or we're gonna tag it and nothing happens, and the bottom is in. Good luck to you all. Just know I gave it my best. I did. And if I get it wrong, I'll be okay with it because I gave it my best. It sucks when you're wrong and you don't give enough effort and you could have avoided being wrong, but I checked everything, man. I checked everything. Just like we checked everything that said sell in 2025 here, and we didn't do anything, and it was the top for most of us. I checked everything. And even when we were down here, like I even corrected myself and I checked everything to say, okay, are we still bullish? And the answer was yes. So I put my money back in and I got all the money back. Well, I didn't get all of it back. I got most of it back. The problem was we were all holding altcoins, so we didn't know what to do. But the altcoins said get out here and we didn't. And I checked everything, man. Everything says we're coming down here. If you want to use the literal one indicator that says the bottom is in, which is the coins in loss, my counter argument would be fine. What happened in 2014 when we hit the same number? We went down 40% after that. Over the yellow brick road. See? I put my cursor right here. We hit the same number. Oh, this thing. Yeah, it's not budging. So I don't have anything else to say to you guys. I think we did a good job of explaining everything. This is it. I'm either going to wake up one day and it's going to be back at 60,000 or it's going to be at 70,000. There's no in the middle. Not with this much tension building up. The pipes are going to burst. Somebody flushed too much paper down the toilet and it's clogged. So now they're going to send a fire hose down there and flush it out. Going to be January of 2026 or January of 2023. Good luck to you all. Been an honor serving with you all in the crypto shadow realm. You said nice knowing you. I'm sorry all season has failed you. Yeah, I had my chances. I thought about it today. Some people get into crypto and they give up. The reason why I never gave up is because in every single market cycle, I made the money I wanted. I just gave it back. So I know I can make money. I just can't keep it. This time I'm keeping it. If I get this right, I'm done. Some people never made any money at all. I made all the money I wanted every market cycle. I never kept it. It's sad because I had the attitude of I need to get rich now. That's why I'm changing my whole perspective. I've given up on getting rich. I'm never going to be rich. But if we get this, then I have a plan for the next 4 years, and then I have a plan for the next 4 years, and the next 4 years. And people are saying, why would I buy stocks? Well, I hate to break it to you, Spanky, but Bitcoin is no longer outperforming the QQQ. I think after this market cycle, look, it barely made a new all-time high. Why would I want to buy that? You want to see the truth? Look at this chart. I don't even think, if we get this next drop, I don't even, that could be the top forever. Think about it. If we're about to get the AI boom and the Industrial Revolution 2.0 with AI and robotic women and robotic men and robotic dads, I want to buy a dad. Step right up, buy a dad for $20,000. You can customize his face. Oh my God, you want to hear some shit? Dude, you send in a picture of what your loved one looks like and they can recreate him as a robot. Yeah. Sell him for $25,000 a pop. You can finance him at JP Morgan. Yeah. Are we on the cusp of an industrial revolution? That's what the QQQ is. I don't know if the top could be in already. That could be the top, which means the QQQ is going to outperform Bitcoin, which means the TQQQ is going to outperform Bitcoin. If you're going to hold, if you're just going to buy the top and sell the bottom, or I guess the other way around, then Bitcoin is still going to outperform. But if it's not a 4-year cycle, oh, I already have it drawn. Yeah, look, this is what I'm trying to say. Bitcoin divided by TQQQ is not even that bullish anymore. Bitcoin is still beating TQQQ, yes, but at some point that's going to stop. The returns are shrinking. It went from 800 to 279. Yeah, at some point it's going to be negative. You're going to lose money from buying Bitcoin. This market cycle might be small. You're probably still going to outperform the TQQQ. No, I don't know. Yeah, you probably will, but it might not break the high. So there's going to be a head and shoulders. Yeah, that's what this is. Here's the neckline right here. Oh, yeah, look. I'm not even exaggerating. The neckline is right here. It's sitting on the high from 2019. It doesn't mean Bitcoin's going to go to zero. It just means that the QQQ is going to start outperforming. And if they're going to start selling robotic parents or robotic, oh my gosh, you could buy a family pack. You can buy a wife and a son and a daughter. They already make the robot dogs. You guys don't think they're going to do that in 50 years? And the problem is the stock market doesn't even care about real time. The stock market just goes up on shit that doesn't even exist yet. Like Micron. The Micron rally started back here, and just now everybody's talking about this bullshit. So if they're going to sell robotic dogs 50 years from now, the stock's going to go up now. The stock is going to go up on the premise that they're going to sell dogs. They might not even be able to what do you call it? They might not even be able to deliver. That's what happened with this super microcomputer. Look at the size of this move, man. I don't even know what this thing is. It's like the market goes on speculation that they're going to be able to do something. So if we're entering Industrial Revolution 2.0, you can buy a girlfriend for 20 grand and then you can buy a baby attachment for 25,000, and then you can buy a priest and get married. You can live in your own little fantasy world for 100 grand. You sell that to 1 billion people. Think about how many people are not getting married nowadays. You don't need a husband. Just buy a robotic man. You can change the settings if you want him to beat you up. You guys don't think we're going to get that? There's unlimited potential, man. That's all the AI shit. This is it. This is it. And you can sell them to the poor people like us because you can finance it and just go into debt, just like everything else. It's literally genius. I should go on Shark Tank. Bum 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 bum. Hello, sharks. I present to you Robogenesis. I'm seeking $2 billion for 10% of my company, RoboGenesis. You may be asking, why Genesis? Well, as the wise man once said, in the beginning. And I present to you the prototype of RoboGenesis, Bianca. Now you'll notice that Bianca looks a lot like me. Why? Because I haven't customized her yet. This is where you download our app, where you subscribe for $3.99 a month, and you get to change her eye colors, her skin color, how she talks back to me. Dude, it's genius. It's fucking genius. Where my second prototype is the dog. Sir, how do you plan on selling these to customers that can't afford $20,000? Well, that's a great question. The same way we tried to sell them a Honda Civic. Come into the bank, ask for a note, tell them you make no money a month, go into debt, and we repo the robot and sell it again used. It's foolproof. It's recession proof. It's literally genius. This is my company, RoboGenesis. Thank you for listening. I'll take questions. What's your target audience? Well, as you can see, the amount of young men who are depressed and alone is increasing. This is where we introduce Bianca. If you download our app for $3.99, which is just a cup of coffee, you'll be able to, excuse me, I'm trying to speak too fast because I'm so excited about my project. You'll be able to change her personality based on how you're feeling. You want to be degraded? You buy our premium pack for $5.99, a one-time purchase, and she'll degrade you at any time. It's genius. It's truly genius. How do I find the money to start that? I don't have to. I just buy the stocks that support the chips and call it a day. You want a baby? Step right up for Junior. Junior is only half the price. No, I'm not even bullshitting you. I think that's a good idea, man. You guys don't think they're going to make that stuff? Seriously. Think about it. Think about it. Now I'm not even joking. You sell the guy on a house for $100 grand, a little cube. Finance that. Little cubicle. Then you sell him a robotic woman for 25,000. If you're a woman, or sell him a robotic man, 25 G's. Finance it. You marry or you spend time with your robotic woman. Then you want a junior. The junior's half the price. And you can go to the store, the HQ. You can buy hair, skin color. If you want to change it to another skin tone, you just swap it. They make it naked, they strip it down, and they put a new skin tone on it. And then they send it back to you. You don't even have to leave the house. You buy a headphones from Meta, the goggles. You wear the goggles. You take her to Disney World. You take her to the Grand Canyon. You play online in the metaverse. You play with your friends that don't exist. You don't even need friends anymore. They have the robots. You can buy friends. Oh my gosh, the market is unlimited. You can buy a maid, you can buy a girlfriend, you can buy a boyfriend, you can buy a child, you can buy a dog. Whoever comes up with this is going to be rich. It's coming, don't you worry. Probably not coming in our lifetime, though. People aren't depressed enough yet. They still have hope. But once the hope dries up, probably in the next 50 years, someone's going to come up with it. And that's why I have to get in now. Because some schmuck that actually has money and brain power, unlike me, is gonna act on that. And that's where the robots take over. But luckily I'll be probably dead by that time. Because right now I can't even get my AI to understand English. I gotta explain it like a baby. We got Archaic Youth for 2. Yeah, and I click, listen, I press a button, say I have to pee. I press a button, and then the little robot dog brings a little cup to me, and I just pee in the cup. I don't even have to get up. Yeah, it's unlimited potential. They already have self-driving cars. You guys don't think we're getting there? I don't think we're getting there in our lifetime. But we're only in it for the money. We're not in it for the tech. That's what they said about Bitcoin. I'm in it for the tech, brother. Brother, I'm in it for the tech, bro. Bro, I'm in a tech, bro. Yeah, okay. You tell me what a fork is. What is a fork? A what? Fork? That's what you eat cereal with. No? Fork? That's where the road splits, right? Closer. You're almost there. That's like some guy in the chat asked me what bip the diddly do. Someone in the chat the other day asked me what BIP 110 was. I said I have no idea. But I'm not in it for the tech. I'm in it for the money. And that's why I have to invent Robogenesis. This is our prototype, Ashley. Oh wait, wasn't someone in the chat named Ashley? Or was it Jessica? I don't remember. Yeah, she's not here anymore. I had to use her for my prototype. I'll be right back. I have to urinate, but I'm gonna lose half my viewers. Give me about 30 seconds. But I appreciate the 2 from Archaic Youth. Rideshare, I don't know what that is. All right, we're back. Are we back? We're back. And MSTR doesn't want to go down. What's going on? I think we're waiting for that last push. Hopefully it happens overnight. Hopefully it happens overnight. Hour and 25 minutes. Does anybody have any questions? Don't ask me questions because I'm not a teacher. I'm just another guy on the internet. But if we get this right, oh baby. Oh, what am I doing first? The very first thing I'm going to do is get a box of pizza. And I'll probably go to the beach. Even though it'll be October or November, it's not that cold. Yeah, I'll probably get a box of pizza and sit on the beach and just stare at the sky. And then I'm going to the Chinese buffet. Yeah, come on, baby. We gotta be right here, man. We gotta be right here. I think it's gonna be easy enough. Bottom in October, hopefully. Buy 3 or 4 Bitcoin, hold for 5x. See, and the problem is, which I guess is a double-edged sword. We're not young anymore, but because we're not young anymore, we know how fast time goes. And let's just say Bitcoin goes to 40K. Let's say you buy 5 Bitcoin and it only goes up to 180K. That's what I think. I think the top is going to be 160 to 180. Right? The old version of us would say a 3x isn't enough. I'm not getting out. Now we know how fast time goes. Okay, I sell it here and I come back next time. And then I do it again. That's the attitude we didn't have. I needed 100x now. Now, of course, I could have bought Bitcoin here and I would have been okay. But what am I going to do? But that's why I don't want Bitcoin. I want stocks because there's no ceiling for the stock market. Yeah, I don't know, man. MSTR might be the right play, not financial advice. If I see MSTR break the low, I'm gonna start screaming like a little girl. Oh man. Come on, baby, talk to me. Where are we going for dinner? The buffet? Hell yeah. I watch I watch videos of people going to the buffet now. Is that bad? It looks so good too. Some girl popped up on my feed. She said that the buffet people rushed her out. I didn't know you're supposed to tip them. I think I've only gone to a buffet like 3 or 4 times. I don't think I ever left a tip. Should I leave? I guess I have to leave them a tip, right? For filling up my soda. I mean, what do they even do? They take my plate? I don't need a new. I use my plate over and over again. I gotta tip the girl behind the counter. I gotta tip the bathroom lady. I gotta tip everybody. Archaic Youth for 2 says rideshare is the cheaper option for Uber. I appreciate it too. Wait, what's going on here? Coinbase, uh-oh. Come on, baby. Talk to me. Where are we going for dinner? If I pull this off, I'm going to the Chinese buffet with no shirt on. They'll call the police. Oh, we have a fat man eating all the food. Get here now. The fat man is back. Rideshare is the cheaper option for Uber. I don't even use Uber either. Is this a stock or something? Don't forget, Gemini already broke the low. This is it, boys, and the 3 ladies. You guys like how I include them? If I were a lady and someone kept calling me guys, I'd probably be mad too, honestly. I am a man. Shout out to the 3 ladies in the chat. Tip culture is toxic. Ah, this is it, man. This is it. Are we watching Ron Walker today? If you feel like supporting the channel, check the description. You can send me Cash App. Cash App works the best. PayPal works the second best. Feel free to help out. MSTR scares me since the company has a single point of failure. Feels like too much risk, but I guess it's pretty much the same. Yeah, so maybe you only put a little bit into MSTR. Like instead of buying 1 Bitcoin, you buy 1,000 shares of MSTR. That's how I look at it. If someone like you who's a big baller, I don't know if you're a big baller, but you said you wanted to buy 4 Bitcoin, which means you're a big baller. Maybe instead of buying 4 Bitcoin, you buy 1,000 shares of MSTR and 3 Bitcoin. And if you're right and it goes up, you just made 400,000. It's a real problem, which is why I wouldn't go all in on something. I'm not doing that anymore. Even the semiconductors, I wouldn't go all in on. Because I don't know where the next flash crash is. And if it's nasty, if it's diabolical, Danny, like the Gen Z says, if it's diabolical, then I don't want to get baptized on that. But at the same time, technically, if I held forever, I'd never go underwater. So, it's tough. We got Archaic Youth for 2 says, for 5 says, I'm saying for your robot idea, for those that have no credit, they can still get into the hype by having share a robot. Oh, that's what rideshare is. You basically share an Uber with somebody else. Gotcha. I wasn't understanding. No, I know what you were saying. I just didn't get what ride sharing. So you're saying share a robot. Yeah, but that's disgusting, man. Imagine having to buy a robot from somebody else after they used it. Yeah, and then you have to pay to get it disinfected. There was a TV show where these kids had bags of baking powder. It might have been Drake and... It was either Drake and Josh or Victorious, where the bag of baby powder, or I don't know what it was. It was like a bag with a smiley face on it. It was a bag of something. That's like what we would be buying. We would be buying a baby robot, and if you default, you give it to the next couple. Yeah, or you share the baby. Yeah, you share the baby on Fridays. On Friday, I get the baby. On Saturday, you get the baby. Or I guess it would be like the weekends, you alternate. Yeah, I see what you're saying, man. It's a good idea. You want to get in on the seed round? That's a good idea. I'm gonna have to patent that. Share your robot. Share your robot. That's a good one. And it could be just like the car. If you don't have as much money up front, you just extend the lease, make it 72 months. But you can go into 100, or yeah, okay. I have the plan. Ready? See, I already cut myself short. So the base model is going to be standard. It's just going to be a random figure. Right? What is it called? Unisex? It's going to be a unisex figure. That's the base model. Now, if you want to pay a little bit extra up front, you can customize it to be a girl or a boy. Or for our sake, a woman or a man. That's extra. Now, once you purchase this, it's stuck this way. But if you pay an extra 30%, you get the premium package that lets you customize the skin tone. You send it into this factory and we change the skin tone. You can change the hair. And you can obviously change the clothes on your own. You buy that from the store. And then finally, you have the most premium one. This is like the Hellcat, where it's twice as expensive as this one. 40% more than this one, or whatever it is. But you get to download the app, and you can actually change everything on the phone. So we have our 3 models. The first one goes for $25,000 is the base price. The second one is $33,000. And this one is $45,000. This one comes with an app. And this will be our launch. This is our launch. We start with this one, and then by the end of the year, we have all 3. Then if that does well, we can start, because everyone's going to see it. They're going to want one, but they can't afford one. That's where the ride share comes in. So you can, so this is the seed round. You can get in on the next round. How do I say that? Proprietary, but how do you make it a verb? We're proprietor. I know you could just say, well, patent. Is there a word to make proprietary a verb? Will proprietize? Will propaganda. will proprietize that sharing function where you have to go into the app and change the settings to who's watching, like Netflix. Is this Juan or is this Tyrone? And then the next round will have animals and babies. It's genius, man. It's genius. But I appreciate the 5. Prioritize? It's not prioritize. Prioritize means you're putting something in front of it. So, like, you're prioritizing getting a robotic woman than finding a new one over finding a real one. Proprietize. Maybe it's proprietize. Maybe you're right. You just had the wrong word. Proprietize. Yeah. Propagate. Archaic Youth for 2 says pimps will buy fleets of these. I appreciate the 2. See, this is where you're wrong. This is where they will be the ones who hate it. Because why would I go to a pimp if I can just buy one from the store? I see your thought process, but it's not what you think it is. They would actually be the top people. Just like when they opened up the weed dispensaries, the only people that hated it were the people that were selling on the corner of where the weed dispensary is. Betamax Memory says the bottom is in, and this cycle, anything other than a bear market. Russia and Japan are opening new institutions. Hell yeah. Maybe the bottom is in. Maybe the bottom is in, man. Gotta do what's best for you in times of uncertainty. We got Vegeta, Cosmo, not. Oh, where's the other Vegeta? There's 2 Vegetas. I would like to buy Bitcoin XRP in October, November. May I ask your opinion on that idea? Yeah, I think we already discussed that multiple times. People are saying the bottom is going to be in soon, but there's no guarantee. XRP bottomed an entire year and a half almost after Bitcoin bottomed. So I can't confidently tell you that I know where the bottom for XRP is. You can probably take a stab at it, that it's going to be at the end of the year, but I can't guarantee it because in 2019, the bottom was in, and then a year later, the bottom fell out. And that was without COVID-19. Yeah, I know for certain I told you that already because I said that last time. We broke the low without even having COVID. Then we made another low with COVID. So you can speculate that the bottom's at the end of the year for altcoins, but there's no guarantee. I think it could be because the top was much earlier, but doesn't have to be. I appreciate the 2 from Archaic Youth. Volume exploded today on WikiCat. Hell yeah, man. That's what you gotta do. I'm gonna start saying that. The Pasture Project. Is that Matthew Dropko's burner account? Matthew Dropko says the same thing. Are we rich yet? This is it, gentlemen and the 2 ladies. This is it for us. We get this right. I'm gonna make a food review channel. I'm gonna start reviewing food. If we get it wrong, it's not gonna end well. Sony released Betamax on May 10th, 1975. I didn't know what that was, but that's what that guy's name is, Betamax Memories. For some reason, I thought it was Betamaxing. There's a thing going around on the internet where you do something and it's like maxing. So when I read Betamax, I thought it was Betamaxing. This is kind of it, man. I don't know what else to say to you all, other than it's been a pleasure. Thank you for choosing Shadow Realm Enterprise. Please enjoy the ride. Oh, this candle's blue again. Yeah, so we're in here somewhere. Right? Black, blue, black, blue, black. We're in here somewhere. I just don't know where. This one you never turned blue again. It was just black and white. We keep going black, white, black, white. Sorry, blue, not white. You're in your 40s? Is that what you asked me? Am I in my 40s? No, I'm not in my 40s. Not yet. Thanks for asking, though. Get Up, Boy. Ex Machina was a good movie. I remember I watched it with my dad when it came out. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to rewatch it as a kid. I thought it was stupid. Maybe because I didn't understand the plot. Maybe I'll have to watch it again. Just imagine all the new liquidity from the new Clarity Act. Hell yeah, man. You told us I'm 42 and I live in Australia. Was that the last time you watched the live stream? That was like 2 years ago. That's like 3 characters ago, man. A lot of the old timers in the chat got upset that I kept saying that I was older than I was and that I live in Australia, so I dropped it because I didn't want to upset them, even though none of them ever send me super chats. But now I'm just too old to... Not that I'm too old, I just tell I don't care for it anymore. I really just want my money so I can live my life. And you don't need money to live life, but we do because we spent our whole lives doing this and there's no other outcome than to succeed. So if I don't get my money, I have to start over again. Then I'm going to be 80 years old on my deathbed saying all I did was stare at a screen. But if I get this right, it's over. I'm never doing this again. I'm going to take a road trip to all, well, I wouldn't take a road trip, but I want to see all 50 states. That's on my bucket list. I'm old enough to make a bucket list now. I want to see all 50 states. I don't necessarily care to travel to other countries. It really doesn't faze me. Maybe it will. I don't know. Maybe I'll get bored of the land, but I don't really feel comfortable not speaking the language. It's not that I don't feel comfortable, I just don't want to go yet. Maybe I will. Do I really want to see the Eiffel Tower or do I not care? I don't really care, honestly. Who gives a shit? The same thing as the Statue of Liberty. You see it, it's like, oh wow. Now I have to spend all my money to get back. Oh wow. Buff Link for 2 says, sell me on some bullish hopium on Caspa. Caspa's done, man. I think Caspa topped out forever. Every market cycle, you get a big winner, and then it becomes a big loser the next market cycle. That's Caspa. It's about to break the low. Oh, it already did. Yeah, Caspa's done. My hopium for Caspa is 1.4. Not financial advice. I think Caspa will be a good play because you're going to get a big retracement. So if we go all the way down 94%, I think my bullish hopium would be a 618 retracement. So this. Wow. I've been doing this for so long. I almost got it spot on. Yeah, 6.8 cents. That's what I would say. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, it just goes like this forever. What does it do? It doesn't do anything. Same thing as MOG. They have the same chart. Rubbish. I appreciate the 2 from Buff Link. Thanks for playing. I want to see the Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado. I didn't even know that's a thing. I saw the Grand Canyon already, but I want to go again. Yeah, there's a lot to see in the world. I mean, let alone the country, not just the world. But I guess I don't have to go to Alaska, right? Yeah, that's got to be a brutal flight. Alaska. Oh, wait, I think there's a solar eclipse in Alaska. Yeah, in 2033. Book it. Are we having a reunion in March of 2033? Yeah, maybe that's when I take my trip to Alaska. Americans are not going to be able to see a solar eclipse. Oh, it's only 28% though. Path of Totality will traverse western and northern Alaska, offering 2 minutes of complete darkness. Yo, I gotta go. Man, I see those videos on YouTube and Instagram, and it looks like a surreal experience. Are we going to Alaska in 2033? Yeah. Yeah. How long is that? 7 years? Oh, that's not even, yeah, it's only 7 years from now. Holy shit. I remember when it was 2013. We got the Zeke for 57 months. Says, when are we popping champagne bottles? Probably never. I've made peace with all of that. I've made peace with all of that, man. There's no Disney World. There's no champagne. There's no pizza party. Nothing. We're over the hill now. Unfortunately, we're too old. My pizza party is going to be, if we go to 40K by October 3rd, I'm going to buy a piece of meat, buy meatball pizza. Man, I'm telling you, it brings a smile to my face, even though it ruined my life because I became fat. I was ordering boxes of pizza, half meatball, half plain, and Chinese food, man. I was packing it down. I was packing it down, man. I was 180 pounds here, and I was 220 up here, just ordering boxes of pizza. Yeah. There's no pizza, man. There's no champagne. It was a good try. Maybe we could go on a cruise with Mr. Meowsis, but there's too many people in the stream that might attack me or try and stab me. So we're gonna have to do it virtually. Maybe we can all buy a pair of goggles and we'll go to the... See, that's where they let us down. If I were a business, I would be selling people those goggles and I would be making virtual places like the casino, the beach. You can go an appropriate route. There's a market for everything. They didn't do anything. There's no casino. There's no racing. Maybe we could go virtually on a cruise. We got Mina for 2. Mina for 2 says nothing. I don't know if you... I already answered your XRP question, if that's what you're asking. But there's no message from Mina Babina. I appreciate the 2. What? The weather is what makes Cali great. Unfortunately, you do have to have money, but it helps to have money anywhere. Yeah, I'll probably never live in California. It's just too hot for me. I don't do well with the sun. Like today, I was sweating so much it wouldn't stop. My head was leaking. Normally, that doesn't happen. Normally, you sweat and then you wipe it away. But this was like a condensating glass. It just wouldn't stop. There's a virtual casino, Vegas Infinity. Yeah, I do want to go to Las Vegas again. I I have to travel, man. I have to. I just don't have the money right now, and I never will unless we get this right. Yo, Jasmine's done, man. It's still going. She's still going, chat. Oh man, I can't believe it. I hope that guy's doing okay, man. Dude, he's really gonna hold it all the way to nothing. Oh man. It's alright, it happens. Oh. That's what the metaverse was supposed to be. That's what I thought they were doing, and then they just shut it down. And they shut it down. Are there any other coins that are breaking down that I'm not seeing? Oh, wow. Litecoin is really struggling here. Yeah, if we get this right, it's over. It's finally over. God help me. Ethereum Classic made a new low. Man, if we get this right, it's over. I think we're waiting for that short-term realized price. I just hate that it's not hitting it. I don't know what they're waiting for. Why can't we just hit it and go down? But the hurt doesn't show. Do 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 do. Oh look, it's almost alt season. Look at that. Filecoin. File a lawsuit. Oh baby. A triple. Yeah, Filecoin just made a new low. Come on, baby. Dude. This is it. This has to be it. Crow? Is Crow making new lows? Oh, baby. Come on. Crow just broke the low from 2023, man. It's over. Come on. QNT. Wait, QNT has the pizza pattern, right? We said QNT was bearish. Yeah, she's breaking down. QNT. Oh, it didn't break down yet. It's getting there, though. Yeah, we're getting there. CRV. Whatever happened to CRV? Oh, it's actually holding up. XDC. Yeah, new low for the market. Oh, wait. Oh, good. Not yet. Oh, it made a new low in August. What was the other one? Algo? Algo, where you go? Oh, it almost made a new... Oh, it did make a new low in July. Yeah, it almost made a new low today. Yeah, we're getting there, man. We're getting there. We pull this off. It's over. After all this time. Pengu. Oh, how's Pengu doing? Oh, it's still holding. I just sent because. Oh, I appreciate the two. Thank you very much. Does help a lot in times of despair. I do appreciate the super chats today. Chat revenue was decent. Thank you all for the super chats. But if we pull this off, it's going to be an end of an era. The content is going to drastically change. I'm probably going to read you guys articles and sell out and make charts for the members. That's what I'm thinking. This way I don't get trolled and I still collect the ad revenue. Has anyone ever changed their own transmission fluid? Dude, I got charged $800 for my transmission fluid. When I saw that, I said, why? What the hell? Probably got ripped off, but I asked my AI. It says this was a fair price. I think we front run the realized price. No, I think it's got to get hit, man. It's got to get hit. It's literally right there. Why are you guys telling me? Why are you guys copying each other? WTF? I'm asking it right now. It says if you have a standard or domestic or Asian vehicle, $800 is a ripoff. Yeah, now it's saying I got ripped off. That's all right. It was a year ago anyway. They do rip me off though. They wanted to charge me $100 to change my engine filter. Yeah, they kind of pissed me off, but when I got my inspection, they literally took a picture of the paper filter. It hasn't been changed in 2 years, and then they put it back. And they wanted to charge me $100 to change it. Meanwhile, the filter is $20. So they already had it out. They could have just swapped it and charged me money. But they put the dirty one back. Yeah, maybe I gotta find a new mechanic. The shop is wanting 300. That's what it says it is. But the guy told me because of the specific car, it's hard to get to. But the AI is telling me it should have been 350. What am I gonna do? It's already, I mean, I'm not sweating over $800 now. I mean, I am, but not like it's a year ago. What am I gonna do? And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Why does this guy know what car I have? I guess you watch all the live streams, huh? That's what they told me. They gave me a runaround. They said your car, I guess because it's like a European, it's not a European car, but it's a European, like, I guess foundation. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I've given you money. I just like how I cannot subscribe to anything these days. Why do you say I don't? Oh, I don't. I've given you money. I just like how I cannot subscribe. I don't even know what you're saying. What do I think about the retracement on SPX? Well, they already made a new all-time high, so it doesn't even matter. I personally think everything's getting ready to go down. The S&P, Bitcoin, everything. I think the bear market bottom is going to come to a conclusion in the next 2 months. I think we're ready. And the S&P is included. If it doesn't go down, so be it. It was a nice try. For extra confirmation, we're going down. Take a look at Baitai. No, this is the bullish. This is the bearish one. You almost got me excited. But this is actually bearish for bears. You want to look at this. This one has to be bearish. Which I don't know. Is this bearish? We're making a lower high from August 10th. I don't think it's enough to make a bear case. But in January we were making lower highs. We're making lower highs now, but the price also is making lower highs. So I can't really say. Same thing happened at the top. Yeah, it's by toe that we're supposed to be looking at. The bill passed to ban Congress today. Spitting heat. Spitting heat. Can you shoot a retracement on SPX, please? I appreciate it too. What do you mean shoot a retracement? Honestly, if we're really about to get this crash, it should... I mean, I can't sit here telling you we're going to the 200-week moving average. It's just too low. It's just too low at this point. But I would say maybe here. We can do 69 or 65. 65 is good. That's 15. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we can get down here. It's tough. I'm not going to be able to predict it. I don't know. But I would say 65 and 69. But I would say by January, if it doesn't happen, it's not happening. And I would really argue that this new move up kind of does cancel it, or at least decrease the odds. But if we just see the biggest reversal and we go back down, then it's back on the table. But historically, it happens when Bitcoin goes down to the bottom. So if the S&P doesn't start going down soon, it's probably not going to come. It's not happening. Could it be like 2015? Yes, actually it could. Because I don't think we're going to actually go up until February. So if the S&P is going to do what it's doing in 2015, where it kind of just does nothing and then it comes back down, that's possible. But if it's going to go back to the 200-week moving average, it's got to go down now. So we could probably say the S&P topped with a break below 72. From the prior low to the high, if we bounce off of 72, we're probably okay. If we could break 72, it's going much lower. Until then, we're bullish. Same thing on this. We take this low up to the high, sitting on the 236. I would say 75 is the lowest we can go and still be bullish. A break below 76 pretty much confirms we're going down. But we'll know we're going down if Bitcoin goes down with it. If Bitcoin doesn't go down, then the S&P is probably going to go up again. But I would say 758 would be the must hold. Oh, there's a gap here too. Yeah, so 758 would be the must hold. Anything lower than that, and that could be the top. I appreciate the two. Buy tie bullish reversal. Nah, it's too early to say. Yeah, it's too early to say, in my opinion. I think we're about to get another 5-day candle, so if it hits 100 or like 97, then the top should be forming in the next 10 days. Today's a decently big day because we're gonna get a 5-day stock RSI print, and we have to hit right here. So the fact that the market is sucking up this much juice, look, and the thing is, we don't even have to break the high anymore. We could make a lower high. Yeah, this is ultra bearish. We could make a lower high. Look at the stock RSI. Look at this dude. The stock RSI is going vertical right now, and we're not even moving. That did happen back here, but look, you shot up. We still haven't moved yet. The last time that happened was here. That's why I think this is where we are. I think we have to hit 65. Now, this is gonna continue lower. So if we just sit here, maybe it's already, maybe, you know, I don't know. Is that what they're trying to do? They're trying to milk it as long as possible. The Congress bill was a month ago, but still a rough top signal. Could be. That's interesting. Cobra has his multi-year fork. I don't know who that is. I remember Cobra from G.I. Joe. And, yeah, remember Cobra? Yo, Uncle Ron just posted a video. Absolute proof the bottom has not bottomed. Are we watching Mr. Ron? The doctor. The doctor of Dump and Pump. I want to support the channel. I want to support the channel. I called the very day at the top. I want to support the channel. I don't ask for much. I just ask that you do what you can. Support the channel. I was thinking in 236. I mean, it's possible. You have to stay over 758. If we fall below 758, it's over.
And doubt charting prodigy and trader extraordinaire. YouTube's premier analyst, chart truth detector, the filter of fun, master swing trader, and yes, the doctor of pump and dump. Make sure you watch the video all the way through. I have a special treat for you in this video. We're going to be looking at a very important indicator. 71,000 or so, then we're going to start seeing signals in the weekly time frame turn back to bullish. Get above 73,000, you're going to see a lot of them turning back to bullish. I don't think that's going to happen. Watch the video all the way through. You will see one of the reasons why I don't think that's going to happen. Now here with the swing signal turned bearish, flipping right back to bullish yesterday. So again, 7,000.
We can't click off the video until we find him say he called the day at the top.
Well, it's not the bottom, as I continue to say. The indicator here is the Pool L multiple. Pool L. Pool L. Not to be confused with poop. That is what the crowd is stepping in. Not to be confused. It's the Pool L multiple.
I actually forgot about this.
Now, what this chart does, what this peak right here, accurately called the day of the top and predicted the crash.
There it is. We got it.
The down of the bear market is always worse than the first. Always. Every single time. I've shown you this. Percentage drops are greater. Our first percentage move down was 52.5% when I correctly and accurately called the day of the top and predicted the crash to kick off the bear market. On May 6th, I called a peak. How did I predict the crash? 8.4 a time. 17 and 18 again, reaching this level, going higher.
Yeah, I forgot about this
completely
chart.
Flawed. I fear because Bitcoin continues to drop. They come to the belief that it's going to continue to drop, and they are petrified with fear. There are a few other reasons, but we could also ask, why are people bullish now here at 57,000 and recently at 60,000? These are the same people that told us we were not going to reach these levels. Why are they bullish here? Because most people in the crypto community are a bunch of perma bulls. According to global studies, 73% to 81% of Bitcoin investors lose money. 73% to 81% of retail investors lose money trading Bitcoin, investing in Bitcoin. Some signals have tried to find evidence of a bottom. We got back above the 20 period high, and if we can clear this high,
you got a shot at a bottom. We got spitting heat. Spitting heat. I appreciate the 20, man. It does help a lot in times of despair. It really does. Spitting heat for 20. I do appreciate that. It does help. Yeah, I'm not the best stock guy, honestly. It's very difficult to call crashes on SPY. I thought we would get a crash by the end of the year. We may not get it. I don't know. But I don't really like the fib tool on SPY. SPY does like moving averages. And I just realized that this yellow moving average, which is a Bitcoin indicator, does actually call the bottoms pretty frequently. So I would have to say a break above or below would probably signal that we're going to get a bigger crash. So if you want to start with a little fib from this low up to the high, maybe the bottom's already in. I think breaking 259, which is the top, the 382, and the gap, that pretty much tells me that the top is in for now. And then you can see the 618 retracement is going to be right on top of the yellow moving average. So break below 747, like the jet, that probably confirms we're going down. Because when you break this moving average, you go down pretty nasty. Nasty work. So, yeah. Yeah. I would say, yeah. You could say 236, you could say 382, but a break below 759 confirms that a short-term top has formed. And a break below 747, like the Boeing, that would tell me that the top is in and we're going down. Now, for confirmation that it's actually going down, we would see Bitcoin crashing at the same time. We saw Bitcoin didn't really go back when the S&P went down, so that told me maybe this isn't the crash. When Bitcoin finally does this, that's where the real crash is for SPY, if it's going to happen. But we don't know, because we don't know anything. But I appreciate the 20, man. It does help a lot. Times of despair. We got Moonbound in the chat. I was looking for you yesterday. I actually looked for your channel. You haven't uploaded in a long time, man. What happened? Welcome back. What? We did hit our timestamp for the day. 2 hours and 20 minutes. I try and stream for around 2 hours, as you can see, based on the YouTube channels. But we're waiting for that short-term realized price. I don't know what's taking so long. It just doesn't want to get hit. They're milking it as long as they can. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully it gets hit soon. But with that said, I do appreciate you all tuning in. Appreciate the super chats. They do help in times of despair. I think this is the missing piece of the puzzle. The question in my mind is, when are we going to hit it? It's taking much longer than I thought it would. But maybe it gets hit overnight. We'll see. I do appreciate the support. We shall return tomorrow. We're approaching the finest hour. Are we bearish or are we bullish? I messed up on the 2, but I've been watching for a while, so I try now to be active. I appreciate that, man. It does help a lot. If we get this crash, half of my viewers are going to vanish, so that's going to be where we discuss what the bull market's going to bring. I don't discuss the bull market right now because I don't think it's a bull market. But when, in my opinion, if we go down there, we're going to be down there for a little while. So we're going to have plenty of time to prepare. But I appreciate the super chats. When's the last live stream? When we hit the yellow moving average. Or when we break this 62,000. Because I don't see how we would go down like this and then up. Once we break this, I think it's over. But enjoy your day wherever you are. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay safe. None of this is financial advice. Take care, and I'll see you soon.